Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. If you really want a super boring wipe with no one attacking you and with your loot being safe for the entire season, you should definitely do what we will be doing in this episode. And spoiler alert, it is working. We were living in this base spot for the entire season, for the rest of the season at least. Occasionally we got scouted, but no one ever dared to attack us. And it's not a red hole, obviously, it's not a mesh. The only thing you need is a tech suit, so tech suit engrams is what you need basically. It's a legal base spot on Conquest, and it's not even only one base spot, it's a whole bunch of base spots that are unraidable like this. You basically only have to follow this video. But why did we even have to move? In the last episode we successfully defended our base against a huge alpha tribe, so why did Chox and I even had to become unraidable? Yeah, the answer to that is simple, but we have to start at the beginning. Chox and I just finished our base defense against LMTV6, you could see all of that in the last episode. It was absolutely crazy, the worst tribe on ARK Conquest that I have ever fought personally. They were running around in tech suits a lot, they were always setting up fobs with teleporters, so it was kinda obvious that they most likely had a base or a main fob on our server, at least for storing element and items. And it was also obvious that we were probably getting attacked by them again. So the next morning after our base defense, I kind of wanted to scout our server again. I wanted to find the LMTV6 main base on our server. Maybe we could wipe them before they could set up another fob on us. I'm really hyped for this episode because it's a setup for a lot more crazy content. Let's get into it, hope you will enjoy. Thank you guys for the support. If you want to, like the video, subscribe, comment down below. You know the drill. Let's get into it. There was something yesterday night. There was definitely something. Yeah, you actually spammed again. I need to scout the server. I need to scout where they were TPing to. I slept for 4 hours. I'm fucking tired still. Oh. That was probably the worst tribe, and I am including Chinese cheater tribes. That was probably the worst tribe ever. Audacity to shit talk and to tell us that we will get wiped in the spot, and they had 40 Dreadnoughts. What even is that number? 40, it's not even that much. So as I said, I was scouting the entire server again. I couldn't find anything on land, and in the water there were actually a bunch of tribes having metal farm TPs on our center server. But yeah, after occasionally dying to the random TPs, I found someone very special to me.
Riesig groß.
Ja, es ist LMTV6! Jawohl, Brudi!
Aha.
Ah ja, LMTV6, whatever. Building style.
Zeig mal, was im Web drin ist. Stacked.
Oh.
Oh, Thames. Neue Lines. Wie Stegos an?
No. Reaper. What?
Unimprinted.
Reaper?
Dreadnought.
There's no way they had this shit at the game.
Ist da Dreadnought drin gewesen?
Yeah. Not Spade. I think same.
Wieder unimprinted. Ele, ja. RB ist drin. Oh, Cakes. Stabil. Ja, 1100 nur. Weak.
Textures. So after scouting for some hours, I found the LMTV6 base, the outpost in the water on our server. The base defense was like 6 hours ago, but they rendered their cube base 2 hours ago. So even after they attacked our base, they were again coming to our server to do stuff. So that would probably mean they are planning to attack us again. Maybe they checked for our render timer. and Trox was still online. Maybe they wanted to offline continue the attack. I don't know. Definitely some stuff is going on here that I don't like. All on 24. All from 24. Huh. Oh. That's wild. They're just running this and not soaking. Bro, that's crazy. Oh! Hey, my crop loads. So at this point I was actually still believing that a tamed PT with 1300 HP was able to C-spin into our base, or like at our base, while all turrets were shooting. And yeah, the player needed to dismount and do this much damage with C4. I mean, I was brain dead believing that. Tell me in the comments if I am missing anything here. I was even giving him props at first, the Griefer, the Grief Tribe, the Tribe of Human, but it gets even more sus than that. And in retrospect, there's no way this could have been done legit. Yo, I can't replace the wall there. That's kind of fucked. Since when are they doing this, man? Tyranno. There's no way they came this far with C-spinning. There's no way. That's cool. But this is crazy. This is crazy. The approach was insane. Wait, did they destroy something here? I'm waking up to my base being raided, but it's not like not soaking this? Holy shit. How did they do it with tamed Pteranodons? With 0% imprint. How did they do that? No, for real. This whole thing was open. My base was open. My entire base was open. They soaked nothing. Or did they? No, they soaked nothing. Wait, is everything on medium? Nah. No. We didn't change turret settings for the LMDV6 people. This is crazy, bro. The thing I want to know is, how did they do that, of course? But also, how did they do it? It cannot be real that they are abandoning the mission here. They came so far. How can they abandon their mission? But how are they surviving this? There's no way they're surviving this as long to place C4. There's fucking no way. Or is it one guy doing it? It is one guy doing it? No way! There's no way this guy is tanking all of this and able to play C4. There's no way. What? Like, look at the stats even! There is no way someone was doing this! Are they cheaters? Extinction 7? I would like to hear someone saying in the comments, I'm the tribe of human, I spawn you, and I did it like this. Because I'm kind of thinking it was not legit. That, like, there's no way you're placing that many turrets, that many C4, while you're getting blasted by freaking 40 turrets. Like, he was literally standing here, C4ing this front, and all this was shooting him. This was even stunning him. And he blew this entire front. Like, he blew all of this. How? So we want to go to the gym, my friends. And you know what that means. You're most likely getting raided. Like always. And that's why I just brought over a force field. There's no way anyone doing anything to this right now. So yeah, we're going to the gym. We're not skipping any training. That is first. That goes first. 8 hours. So it won't take me 8 hours. So all good. So just saying, I activated the force field. Obviously, nothing happened so far. At least my LMTV6 outpost symbol bed was destroyed. Though I will check that in a minute. And yeah, they LMTV6, something like this. They were not rendering their structures at our base, but they were rendering their structures down here. LMTV6 rendered. So what happened today in the morning was that someone magically was able to C4 our entire front of our base with a tamed PT and with only one guy. Like, he was C-spinning 3 times. 3 times the tamed PT died. I've seen the HP of the tamed PTs. It was 1500 or something like that. And he was able to C4 our entire front of our base. Then LMTV6 structures are rendered down here, but they are very carefully not rendering the structures that are still left at our base. But what is rendered? The structure of the guy that PTC spin our base today. And this guy, on top of all, just changed his tribe name. I will show you his cryo fridge. He changed his tribe name from Tribe of Human to Bob. So this is so freaking sus. I mean, I'm giving this all a 1.5% chance that I am wrong here and that this is not connected. But there's just way too many coincidences. Coincidences? Is that a word? I hope. But yeah, look this cryo fridge. This is literally the guy that C-spun us, and he changed his tribe name from Tribe of Human to Bob. Just in like 2 minutes ago or so, he changed his tribe name, and he probably came back to see if we are online and to like speed hack C-spin us again or whatever he was doing here. This is not legit. This is not possible legit. Or maybe I'm completely cooked and there's something I don't get at this point here. Like, we are missing Crystal in this, so he got definitely stunned and volatile while C4ing this. This is not possible. And now he changed his tribe name, and LMTV6 structures are rendered. And even further, LMTV6 was accusing us of aimbotting in the last episode during the base defense, so they thought we were not legit. But I showed every sniper kill of Chalks in the video, and at the same time the PT C-Spin Magician was trying to come back to check on our base. At the same time LMTV6 was rendering their structures underneath of our base. Maybe it's all a big coincidence, but I don't believe it, to be honest. If you are a member of LMTV6, write down your perspective in the comments maybe. But I think you called a speed hacker to wipe us after failing the attack on us. And after thinking we were aimbotting anyway in the last episode. Either way, our base wasn't safe anymore. We couldn't keep the force field running 24/7, so we decided to move into a different base spot. We decided to merge into our friends from Passive Flee. As you guys probably know, I also played Season 5 of Conquest in this tribe. A tribe of a good friend of mine. They had an unraidable base spot. On Conquest at least you can't raid these kind of base spots online, meaning they are unraidable. And yeah, by the way, unraidable, the word in ARK, is always a lie, because everything is raidable offline. But when the ARK community is talking about an unraidable base spot, we're talking about spots that are online, not raidable. Of course, if the base is offline, there's not a single spot in this game that can't be raided.
The problem is if you're like on dead or on UT, the UT rider can't really throw them.
Yeah.
You know? And then
Yeah, but they don't count.
Yeah, but no, but Daedon's getting fucked
Holy
by
spam.
by Dimorphodons.
There's no spam, what do you mean?
Yeah, holy
What do you mean? That's only like 5k foundations. What do you mean?
Is the other tribe still on the server, or did you wipe them?
No, we wiped them.
Wait, no, there's one guy. There's one.
Yeah, there's
We'll
one
find those
tribe.
guys.
It's like farmers, you know. They don't main this.
Oh, yeah. That's
Are
fine.
you sure? Maybe I don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty
They
sure.
still gotta go. I don't like them, bro.
Yeah,
They
no,
smell funny.
everyone gotta go. We finally got some element on here, bro. All our turrets on like 1k shots. That's definitely fine for the wipe.
Can't even soak. So what are you gonna do?
No, you gotta.
I don't even know where we cap the heavies, bro. Like, be cooler to just have like 6 deadies over here.
There's literally like no way you can soak the space. It's so funny.
De-render this because nothing's spawning and
How
this is
long-
pissing me off.
How long is the Zeppelin lasting?
30 seconds, 60 seconds maybe.
No way.
Yeah, it's getting so fucked.
I mean, you can't with Yiling. Can you Yiling rush it somehow? I'm not really used to diving.
Nah.
He links dash like I don't know 30 meters high.
No, I mean their dash isn't horrible, but then again, it's like you'll need like capped E-links for them to be any good.
And then basically you cannot really get into the base, you gotta soak with them kinda. Because I mean all these Teslas, we have stun Teslas here. You know?
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
you
the
do-
only
no.
real way to do this is to clear all our spam.
Hate to tell you,
Try
but you
that-
have not a single stun Tesla.
Yeah, we don't. Oh. Thought we had.
You have them
thought
on
we had
turret
some-
mode
yeah.
and on volatile. The blue color is stun.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just put one on.
And looks, you're kicked from building.
Okay, so first travel into our new base. I crashed because I died to the radiation. This is where we're living from now on. Let me clear my vision. Yes, we are in the mesh here. No, but we are in the mesh when we are getting into a tech sleeping pod for some reason. But now we're not in the mesh anymore. And do we have element here? I mean, it's a pretty weird base. Let me tell you this much. It's on aberration, radiation base spot. I've seen my friend that initially like was living here even before we kind of merged. I saw my friend building this. And yeah, it's crazy OP. Basically, if you want to be unraidable on Conquest, this is still on turret mode, not on stun, by the way, but yeah. If you want to be unraidable on Conquest, you need to live in the radiation zone on aberration, basically. You can't build yourself up here, you can't even soak. A Zeppelin will get damage. And yeah, will get destroyed in 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds with a Zeppelin here. Obviously you have no quets. Where's our elements? So I can like, let's give me some 10 elements for the base cinematic. So this is the spot on the map. And it's just crazy OP. You can't get ground here because you need it to clear obviously the spam. And you need to clear, because this is too high above ground, you would need to clear foundations here in the turret range, because we have turrets everywhere. Also here, by the way, where you can't really see them, they're in the textures. Look. I think we're not that capped on shards, though. Yeah, this is a little bit soaked, even. I think. Or he put like a not like 1000, he put like 1072. But yeah, turrets everywhere. We do not need a lot of shards because no one is bothering to attack us. We have a lot of turrets here. You needed to have ground here to build yourself into it, which is not possible because we have a cliff plate here. There's turrets everywhere here. And yeah, You needed to get into this with a dive to really do something because... Oh, rotor chalks. No one is going to bother... No one is going to bother soaking this, because you can't soak it. There's no ledge from where you can soak. There's no way you can build up to it to soak. It's too high above ground. There's no way you're flying a Zeppelin in here because the Zeppelin is getting radiation damage. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's a crazy base spot. If you want to be unraidable, live in the red ceiling if you want. Red ceiling is a more common base spot, but this is ours here. Obviously, now that I am living here, I will work on shards a little bit more, like fill the turrets a little bit more. I think every heavy should be kept because my friend's tribe already looted so many thick bases on Aberration. They offline raided them all. Tech, yeah, a lot of suits because you can't live here without wearing a suit. Basically, the reason for me to live here now, to merge into this, is my friend is never getting attacked, never. And there's no way someone is offline raiding this. I mean, you can basically, technically soak it with like throwing a Carbo and a Stego always, but then it is in radiation damage. And you need to soak in radiation damage, which is super 8s. You can't build up, like I said, can't build up to it, too high above ground. There's spam everywhere. It is just super 8s to approach in the first place. Maybe you could, if you get a clifflet somewhere here, you need to clear spam though. And it's also like you can't snap anything, it's too high above ground. But if you could get a cannon and you would cannon our clifflet, maybe that would work. But you needed to cannon one clifflet. I actually didn't know that this was like a thing. You could get into it like this. Oh, this is actually a second gen greenhouse. Yeah, this is actually just a greenhouse. This is just a greenhouse that we found here. Crazy. And on the other side here is the main base. Yep. So again on the map it's here. And we, from now on, are living in this unraidable base spot. Max, Dookie, Lennox, Rotar, Sharks. And yes, you will see me living on Aberration. Most hated map for me personally. But it's all for a good cause, that I can sleep way more in the future. And that we are not that forced to check on our base every morning and every 2 hours. It was a grind up to this point. We did that for, I think, 1 month and a little bit. And yeah, it was very not a lot of sleep, and we deserve our sleep, as you guys know. We want to sleep more and keep playing ARK, and yeah, we can be very offensive for the rest of the season. We don't need to be scared that someone will attack us. But what is happening? What was happening to all our X-plants, by the way? They just went poof. We had X-plants here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, they weren't. Oh yeah, okay, now I know. They weren't snapped because you can't snap anything here. So the trick to be unraidable on Conquest, where red holes are not allowed, is living in an Aberration radiation ceiling base spot, meaning anywhere in the radiation zone on Aberration at the ceiling. No spot in particular. Just search in your single player for a spot where you can't build up to because it's too high above ground, and where you have space to fit a cliffblade base or your entire base onto a ledge or something like that. Very common base spot is actually the red ceiling. This spot was also claimed on the Aberration of my friends, and they needed to offline raid that spot for almost 20 hours straight. They only succeeded in the end because the red ceiling tribe was offline for 2 days almost. And in the end they needed to metal shield soak the last turrets to get in. These spots are just broken, unraidable online, As I explained to you earlier, of course, if you are offline, every single spot in this game is raidable, but on Aberration in the radiation zone, you can't use a Zeppelin, you can't build up to most of these ceiling spots, and you can't properly soak because of the radiation damage, and players like me are not even scouting or going to Aberration at all normally. Like, if we wouldn't have been threatened by these cheaters and by this big alpha tribe, I wouldn't have merged into my friends at all. I hate Aberration. I hated living in the radiation zone. It's even annoying to live there. You need hazard all the time or a tech suit to survive in these spots. Otherwise you would get damage. You can't breed dinos there because they would get radiation damage. You can't breed non-Aberration tames at all on the map. That's our spot, by the way. But as I said, as long as you can't build into it from underneath of it, as long as you can't just cannon the gen or something like that, you are very safe in these kind of spots, even offline. You have to have tech engrams, that's the only thing. But if you don't want to be bothered on Conquest, live on Aberration in the radiation ceiling. Our base survived the entire season in this spot, as I said, but of course I wasn't happy. Being unraidable is nothing for me, and living on Aberration is just also not my cup of tea. So we decided to claim another map next, and we also decided to pay LMTV6 a visit as well. Now that we are more than 2 people, we can raid everyone, and now that we are unraidable, we do not have to fear anyone anymore. Hope you enjoyed this little showcase of our base and of the of the way to be unraidable. I don't know why not every single smaller tribe like Solo Dude Trio, why they are not all living in the Aberration ceiling. There's probably tons of Aberration ceiling bases every wipe, and no one is bothering. No one is even scouting them, I bet.
Okay. RB.
Yep.
Haben wir gleich eine DDRB.
So we decommed our center base completely, traveled everything over to the Aberration. No speed hack, Pteranodon gamer can touch us anymore. And there was already one LMTV6 member commenting under the last video, the base defense video, that they are not cheating. That's kind of weird, because today's video wasn't released yet. I don't know why he would write something like that already, but what he was writing was bullshit. Big parts of it at least. You didn't use a Dreadnoughtus, you didn't use attack Rex to raid us, and we didn't popcorn. You didn't raid us at all. You barely soaked our turrets. We moved all our loot and decommed the entire base afterwards without any LMTV6 member attacking us ever again. And yeah, then at the end he wrote that devs ban you for no reason. A little weird. Please, I demand another LMTV6 statement in the comments of today's video explaining what happened from their point of view. But yeah, that's not the end of the LMTV6 story, I promise. Next, we were searching for an extinction server that we could claim completely, by the way. We wanted a server for breeding and for me to main on. I'm not maining an Aberration. We need another server because of that. We searched for the weakest extinction alpha tribe and found an alpha that had a cloning base without a single heavy turret, so we got a winner. There was a lot of tribes living on this server though, so it will be a lot of work to wipe the entire server. we are only a 6-man tribe. The 7th is my crafter, so even as a 6-man, passively would wreak havoc over the cluster from now on. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's a lot more crazy content about to come. If you want to be unraidable and if you are capable of maining an aberration server, definitely consider living in the radiation ceiling. I know some Conquest seasons don't even have aberration maps at all, but next season will most likely bring back aberration again. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the support. I know the algorithm is not in my favor currently, but I seen you guys supporting the videos, commenting, liking and stuff like that. Really appreciate it. We will see us very soon for two uploads a week again for the next episode. And have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching and goodbye.
Und Freundin.
Oh, shit. Ja, bin tot.
Hast du was gefunden?
Gefunden, das können meine Bobs sein.